So, what is Entity Framework? Entity Framework is a tool we use to access a database. In other words, it is an Object Relational Mapper or ORM we use to map the objects of our application with the relational data. In the old days, before Entity Framework, we had to do all this mapping manually, which involved a lot of steps. For example, we used to open a connection to the database, execute a command, read the data, and finally remember to close the connection. However, with the introduction of ORM, we don't have to do this stuff anymore. So, we work at a higher level of abstraction with the help of Entity Framework. Entity Framework provides us a class called DB-Context, which is a gateway to our database. A DB context can have one or more DB sets, and these DB sets represents table in our database. We use link queries to query these DB sets. And Entity Framework translates these link queries to SQL queries at runtime. It means that we don't have to do this translation manually. All the stuff is done by Entity Framework behind the scene. So, Entity Framework is responsible for opening a connection to the database, reading of data, and it also maps the data to the objects and add them back to the DB sets and return the DB context back to us. As we modify, add, or remove objects in these DB sets, Entity Framework keeps track of these changes. And when we ask it to persist the changes, again, it will automatically generate SQL statements and execute them on the database. So, this is all about Entity Framework. If we talk about its workflows, then it has mainly two different types. One is database first approach, and the other one is code first approach. And I am going to cover these approaches in my upcoming videos. So, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.